in this screencast, we're going to look at using subscription databases. So to get to the databases, we have to go through the Dedham Middle School Library homepage, right? They're not just out there on Google. These are subscription services. Only people with subscriptions can access them. And the first thing you need to think about when using a subscription database is what database is going to get me what I need. So if I'm doing research on George Washington's presidency, it makes sense that I would go to a social studies database. And I might use American history or US history and context. But if I'm looking for what was George Washington's childhood like his early life, then these databases probably aren't going to be very helpful because they're going to focus on the historical content. So I might have more luck if I go to a database like this one, a biography database, because that database will look at a person's entire life. So you have to think about what is it that I'm looking for and what database is going to get me what I need. If I am doing research on Ebola and I want to find out what are the symptoms, how is it cured, and how is it spread, I might go into the science databases and take a look at the Health and Wellness Resource Center. And that would probably give me very clear information about those questions. But if what I want to find out is what's been happening over the last year with the Ebola crisis in Africa, then this database isn't going to give me that information. I would have much better luck if I went to periodicals, which are things like magazines and newspapers and journals. And I would take a look in one of those. So the first step is thinking about what information do you want and what database is going to get you what you need. Once you find the right database, you then have to be able to create a search that's going to find the right information. So we've already been working with using keywords. We're going to use our keywords when we do database searches as well. The first thing I'm going to look for is there an advanced search? And if there is, I'm going to take that option because an advanced search will let me build up a really specific search. So let's say I am doing a research project on chocolate chip cookies. So I put in chocolate chip cookies and I search it. And I get 1,460 results, which is too many results. I'm not going to be able to go through each of those articles, seeing if one of them is going to be helpful. And let's take a look at what it's finding, see how it's highlighting what it's finding. And I can see it's not looking for chocolate chip cookies. It's looking for chocolate and chip and cookies. And that's why I'm getting so many results. So one thing I can do is make this search as a phrase. So I can click on Modify Search. And then to make it search as a phrase, I'll just put it in quotation marks and search again. Now I have 643 results, which is still a lot of results, but just putting it in quotation marks narrowed it down by more than half. But let's do better than that because I still don't want to look through 643 results. Right now you can see I'm looking for chocolate chip cookies in anywhere, but I can change that. I can say, I want chocolate chip cookies to only be in the document title, and I can search that. Now I have 7 results, all right? It only found 7 articles where chocolate chip cookies is in the title. If I change that to something else, like putting chocolate chip cookies in the text of the article, and I search that, now I'm back to 638 results. So it makes a big difference where you decide to search it. Now, something else I can do to narrow down my search results is be more specific. Right now, I'm just searching for chocolate chip cookies. I'm not saying if I'm interested in the history of chocolate chip cookies, if I'm interested in chocolate chip cookie recipes. I can add more keywords to specify what I'm looking at. And the way I do that is by using and, or, and not from this little drop down right here. So if I was doing a search for colleges, I'm going to get millions of results because college is a very common word. But if I do a combination search, and I'm going to put this in quotations, of course. So now I'm doing a search for New York and colleges. So now the database understands I want articles of colleges, but only give them to me if they also have New York because it's an and search. Now, I don't want to miss anything. Sometimes it's not a college, sometimes it's a university. So now I'm doing a search for colleges or university. But my and still applies. So now the database understands I'm looking for colleges or universities, but the and New York applies to both of them. So I'm being very specific with what it is I am looking for by using multiple keywords and using and or. Now the last one is not. Let's say I'm doing a search, a research project on dolphins. And I'm finding that I'm getting all these search results for the Miami Dolphins, which is not what I want. I want dolphins, the aquatic animal. So I'm going to add in a not. And I'm going to say dolphins, not football. And now the database understands that it's going to look for dolphin articles, but if there's any mention of football, it won't give those to me. So you can use the not to get rid of results for things that you don't want. So let me go back to my chocolate chip cookie search. Let's say I'm searching for recipes. So I would do chocolate chip cookies and recipes because I want both those keywords. And now I have to decide where I want those pieces. I'm going to search for chocolate chip cookies in the document text, and I'm going to search for recipes in the document title. And I will do a search. All right, I get 14 results. If I flip that and put chocolate chip cookies in the document title and recipes in the document text, I get 2 results, and they're completely different results. So to review, you want to find the right database that's going to get you what you need. You want to go into advanced search. You want to think about what keywords describe what you want, put phrases in quotations to keep them together, and then build a specific search using and, or, and not, and then decide where do you want those pieces to be searched. And you can play around with those and flip things, and you'll get different search results.